Hello friends, today we are going to deal with VB scripting. So in today's session we will discuss about VB programming. Why we are going to deal with VB script? Because QTP or UFT understands VB scripting. It works only on VB scripting. So VB scripting is from Microsoft and UFT uses 5.6 version of VB script, whereas the latest VB script is 5.8. Any programming script is created to transfer the data from one end to the other end. So there are couple of topics inside VB script. One is data type. So those who are familiar with any programming language, it will be easier for them to understand. For those who are very new to the coding concepts, so please pay a little more concentration. Data type, so we will deal with data type, variables, constant, operations, conditions, loop, array, function, keywords and objects. So let's begin with data type. What is data type? Whatever information we wanted to send to the program is a kind of data. So data can be an integer, it can be a character, it can be a varchar means it has a special keys and other things. But in case of VB scripting, it uses only one data type, and that is dim. So we can write dim x. Now x is equals to 1 2 3 4, x is equals to Raj, and x equal to what is that, Raj underscore at the rate 123. Okay, so let's see whether it throws any error or not, because in case of other programming language, if it is some other language, almost all the languages, it is predefined what type of data you are going to use. But in VB script, you don't need to mention the exact data type. You can simply mention the dim and variable, and it will take care of all types of data. So what we are doing, we have defined one variable and now declared one variable, and now from message box we wanted to print. So let's see whether it throws any error or not. So it is saying x is equals to 1 2 3 4. So x is 1 2 3 4. The value of 1 2 3 4 is assigned, is kept in a variable called x. Now value of Raj is also kept in x. So 1 2 3 4 was integer, Raj is a character. Now this is a varchar, where character, special character and number all are displayed. So only one type of variable is enough to handle this dim, correct? Dim variable. So this is the data type. Whenever we wanted to write any code, it is generally said that declare that variable. Even if you don't declare it, even if you do not declare, it's not mandatory. In other programming languages, declaring the variable is mandatory to understand what type of variable you are using. But in case of QTP or VB scripting, since the variable is uniform, it's whatever variable you want, you can use it the way you wanted. So you, even if you don't declare, see I have not declared x, now still I am able to use x. Clear? So QTP VB scripts gives you a very good flexibility in this case, that whatever you want you can use your data type. Data type can be used the way you like. Even if you don't declare, VB scripting is not going to throw you any error. It is data type. So data type is done. Now we will go to variables. We will mark it numbering. Data type is 1, variables will be 2, the type is 1, a variable will be 2, so what is the use of variable? Variable is used to keep or store one value inside it. Generally variables are used like what we can say, we have to write some function for that. Like x is a variable here, but if you want to see in the above example, x act as a variable and dim acts as a data type. Now if you want to add means make some variable, then we can use like x, chalo we'll declare dim x comma y. Okay, now we are what we will do, x is equals to 1 2 3 4 and y equal to 5 6 7. One second. Okay, let's try to understand this program. In this program we are declaring one variable called x. Okay, now we are printing a message box that x, then we are declaring one constant value y, and then we are printing that value, or we are pop up that value using message box. We are declaring here y as x, so value of y will be stored in x, and now when you call x, the value will be changed, and we are storing y x into y. The point here is why this line will throw an error. Why? Because y we have declared as a constant, whereas here we are trying to change the value of y. Since it is a constant, changing is not allowed. That is why it will throw an error. Let's see. It is a syntax error. Constant y you are okay. Let's check once again. Okay, so what was the issue? We have declared here dim x and y, and then we are declaring it again. That is why it was throwing an error. Let's start. So what is the value of x now? It is 1 2 3 4. What is the value now? 4 5 6, but the value of y is constant. That means value of y cannot be changed, but value of x can be changed. X is a variable here, right? So we are assigning value of x into y. See, here I printed x, it was 1 2 3 4. When I printed x here, it is coming 4 5 6. Now we will reverse back and we will assign value of y into x. Illegal assignment y equal to x. Why this is illegal? Because y is a constant. Constant value cannot be changed. So I guess you got an idea about variables and constants. These things generally will be required while coding. We have to take care that how we are putting our logic. So for putting our logic, these things are really important. When we'll be in dealing with functions, then we will see lot more detailed things in practical life, how it is happening. So we have dealt with variables and constants, so it has already covered variables and constants. We'll put one more thing, this one, it will give a clear idea. Okay, so we will go to operators and conditions. I'm not giving much example in the above two cases because those are very simple and generic things, and it's really easy to understand. So there are different types of operators, and these are addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, exponential, and concatenation. Out of this, I believe plus, minus, multiply, divide you people will be knowing. So only two main things are modulus and this concatenation. So let's see. We'll take two variables, actually three variables, dim, x, y, and z. Okay, now we'll write z, x equal to 10, y equal to 20, and z equal to x plus y, and z equal to x minus y, and z equal to x slash y, and z equal to x into y, and z equal to x mod of y. Okay, and z equal to x modulus y. Sorry. Now we have to write message box z. I'm taking only one example to show all these types of operators because these are pretty easy, and we will put more focus on some important topics. So just an example to showcase how does it works. Okay, because the number is larger, so it is not allowing, the value will become infinite. So we will take x mod 10. Some problem is there. Okay, for the time being we'll leave this and we'll see others. We'll check it out little later. First see other things. First thing is x is 20, 10, y is 20, so x plus y becomes 30, z is storing 30. Now x minus y, since y is bigger, so y is coming, value of z is minus 10, is divided by is 0.5, multiply is 10 into 20, 200, modulus this is coming IE because the value is too large to display as a number. Okay, so everything is done all except this. Maybe I'm giving wrong symbol. Is it like that? No, it's the same modulus. So what is the syntax error? 1 second. Okay, so now the problem is resolved. It was generally other programming languages will take mode is a percentage sign, whereas in this case in VB script mode we have to write as a character. So let's see. As I told you, it was coming IE because the number was too large. Now 10 to the power 4 is 10,000, and then modulus of x mod 10, 10 by 10 is 0, so mod is 0. Now there are other this is arithmetic operator. This operator, this comes under arithmetic operator. Arithmetic operator means it's a mathematical operators. Now we'll go to logical operator. What does logical operator do? It's greater than, less than, not equal to, and what else, or, nor, not. Okay, so we'll see. If okay, this is again a condition operator that is coming into picture. How can we write other things? Other we'll see the logical operator only when we are running some program, we are writing some code. Inside the code these operators are being used, because this does not have a mathematical value, but it gives you logic which is greater. Suppose we'll take the same example, x and y. In this case, if x is greater than y, then MSG box x, else MSG box y. 1 second. So we have written logical operator. If x is greater than y, what is the value of x? 10. And what is the value of y? Is 20. So if x is greater than y, then it will come x, otherwise it will ping y. So what should be the correct answer for this? If logic is working correct, it should print y, value of y. See, it is printing value of y. Again similarly, x is equals to y, then x and y are equal values. Sorry, x and y are equal, and here we will write x and y is not equal. not equal. Let's see. X and y not equals. Okay, so these values are different. This is equal to operator, and we will see now not equal to operator. If x is not equal to y, then x and y are not equal, else x and y are equal. X and y are not equal again. So these are the kind of operator that based on the scenario you people will be using it for the programming purpose, for making your program more efficient, more logical. We use these programming concepts. Okay, so we are going to deal with or and not operator. So here, if x or y, either of this thing is true, then it will play true, else it will give false. So let's see. Now x is 1, maybe we have redefined this place something else, so let's take another variable. 1 second, give me 1 second. It was already defined here, I have need to make it commented. It's not allowing same variable to be defined again. Now see, x is 1, y is 0. So technically speaking, x is true and y is false. It is saying if x or y, either of this thing is true, then say true, otherwise if both are false, keep it false. Now we'll make x also 0, and we'll see what happens. Say it is false, so x is also false and y is also false, so it goes to false. And there is another operator and, a and d. Here we can write and operator. So x and y both has to be true, then only it will go to true, otherwise it will go to false. Let's see. See, y is 1, that means true, and x is false, so the value is false. I hope you have understood this. Similarly, if not x and y, so if x and y is, let me check it out whether it will accept this or not. If x and y is not, if x and y, if not x, if x is not true, then it will go to, if not x means if x is not true, then go to message box true, else go to message. It's just a negative sentence. So let's see. True. So what happens? X is false. It is saying if not x, if it is x is not true, then only go to true, else go to false. Furthermore, you will learn about this logical operator while doing coding and programming. A lot of places these things are very efficiently used. With this, we are done with operators. Now we'll go to conditions. Conditions also you have seen, but we'll see once again. Conditions are if then else and if then else, leave it, if then and if. So this is one operator, sorry, one condition. Second is do while, third is while, that's it. I have already shown you if statement. We'll discuss little more on while and do while, and that's it. These are basically programming concepts, and there is nothing much difference in the way they work. These are almost similar way all the condition operators work. Condition operators generally deals with, it will check for the condition. If condition is found to be true, then it will say, it will reply the true value. If condition is not found true, it will execute some other. So maximum validation, what we do in our testing life, we verify, we validate whether this screen is coming or not, whether this value is present or not, whether this output is coming or not. So everywhere we are verifying, we are putting something. So almost all the places one if loop will definitely come in all the program, all the functions. These are most commonly used in our day-to-day life. For example, I have shown you already, if x then true, if else then true. So if is already done. Do while is only difference is, do while will perform one step and then it will check for the condition, else it will terminate. For example, do MSG box x while x is greater than 10. Now we have declared here x is equals to 5, sorry, is equal to 5. Now we have written the code for do while. So x is 5, do message box, loop will check whether the x value is greater than 10 or not. If it is not greater than 10, it will run at least one and then it will terminate the loop. But it's a loop. One second, actually we are discussing here in a wrong place. Condition has already been checked, so it should come here. Okay, now let's check once again. So see, the value is at least put 5 once and then it got terminated. Whereas if you use only while, we'll write the same code as a while. So we'll comment this and we'll write here while x is greater than 10, then only it will enter in the loop MSG box x and then now we will see this while loop. Value of x is 5 and value of y we are checking. If it is greater than 10, then only send the message box, otherwise it will end the while loop and come out. So it, in previous time we have seen that is executed at least once. So do while will execute at least once and then check the condition, whereas while loop will check for the condition. If condition is true, then only it will enter inside, otherwise it will not go inside. One more type of loop is there, that is for loop. For loop is most widely and very commonly used. So let's see. So what this program is doing, it will loop for the it will loop for 0 to 10 and it will increment by 1. So first it will be 0, then it will be 1, then it will be 2, then it will print message box I am at 1 or 2 or whatever. So let's see how this for loop will work. I am at 0, I am at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One thing more to be remember, this ampersand sign is for act as a concatenation. So since I is a dynamic value, I cannot keep it between the inverted quotes, otherwise it will become a statement rather than a variable. So to make it a variable, I have to keep it outside. Simply keeping outside will not help, it will give error because message box will take only one parameter. So in that parameter I have concatenated, and this complete line I am at this 5 becomes one single statement or single line. Okay, 7, 8, 9 and 10. After this it will be over. See, so we have done with lot of things today. Loop is done. Now we will go ahead with functions, and few keywords are there, but before that we will go to functions. What are functions? Functions are logical set of statement which will perform some logical task. How we write the function? There are two types of functions in VB scripting. One is function, another one is subprocedure. The difference between a function and a subprocedure is a function may not return a value, whereas a subprocedure cannot return a value. So if you want to give only input, subprocedure is the best way, but if you want to give an input and receive an output, then sub will not work. In that case you need to use functions. Let's begin with some kind of subprocedures. As of now we'll go to sub. What we are adding, we will take two parameters add. Okay, so what is our value? Values will be x comma y, and then dim z equal to x plus y, msg box z. Now this is a function. Okay, so what this function will do, it will add two numbers. So this is a performing specific logical task, adding two numbers. Now how do it add? We will call it. How we'll call? We will simply say add 5 comma 6. Okay. Now we will see what happens. So in this case, this add function is getting called, or suppose it is getting called here. Then 5 will go to x, 6 will go to y. See, it is 11. 6 plus 5 is 11. Now we'll see what if parameter mismatch is there. What is parameter mismatch? If the parameter which is called function and calling function parameters are different, in that case it will throw an error. See, wrong number of arguments or invalid property assignment. So a wrong argument is passed between the two values. It was expecting two values, x and y. Now we have passed three values, so you don't know which one to map with x and which one is mapped to y. We will try for one more example to see how does it work. We will take the same name and here we will give a. So what we did, we are calling the same name function with different parameters. Let's see what happens. Okay. So what it does, it did not throw any error, it simply took only two values since the name is same. So instead of going to this add, it went to this add and it took only the first two values. Why it has not thrown any error? While compiling it find out 5, 6, 7, there is a function called add which is taking three values. Now if we take out this and put it below, let's see what happens. Okay, so now you understand what is happening. It is first loading the first function add, then it find out that function is getting overridden with the latest function. So what is the latest function? The latest function is this one. So function is getting overwritten with this value. This function is getting overwritten with this function. So while calling, it is considering only this function, it is forgetting about this function. So method overloading, a feature of Java, is not true for this case. See, it is giving 18 because the previous function is being overwritten with the latest function. Okay. So this is sub, and what is function then, and how to write a function? Let's write a function for add. We'll write function with the keyword function, function function add x comma y. Now we'll say z is equals to x plus y, and then return z. In this case, what will be it will be result result is equals to call add see, it is giving you options also. You can give x and y, so we will give 8 comma 9. It's not comma, make it comma, okay, comma y. Sorry. So what is happening? Function add, it is adding two numbers but is not printing the number inside the function. You don't know what you want to do with that value, so what it is doing, it is returning that value. It depends upon you whether you want to store the value or you want to do some more action on that value. Whatever you wanted, it has returned the value. Now the value, that value we are storing in result section. So first we'll see this part. Let's see. Due to syntax error. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, now we can see function add x plus y, z equal to x plus y. Now we call the function name add and will assign the value this. So with the function name, this value will be returned and this to the calling function. Then in the calling function, value will be assigned to z, result equal to z. The message box will give the result. So we are giving 8 plus 9. Let's see. Eight plus 9 is 17. Got it? So 8 and 9 went to x and y. This value got added and z, and z is assigned to add. So it will assign to this value add 7 8 will be replaced by z. So result of z will be stored in results. So results are getting printed as 17. Okay. So our sub and function and sub procedure is done. Now the important topic between these sub and procedures are, which is very important to remember, is there are two types of function. Are two types of function. One is user defined function. Another one is predefined function. Now in case of user defined functions, user defined functions are customized functions. These are customized functions for written by you and me, written by user for their own purpose. And predefined functions are VB script and QTP specific. So these functions are provided by either QTP or VB script, to make the developer's life easy, to give the some complex functionality, ready-made handy functions. So user defined functions, we will write some couple of functions in the coming classes, and predefined function we are going to discuss now. So we will discuss on what are the predefined functions available in QTP, and we will try to see some examples. See, covering all the predefined functions also is not a easy task. It will take a huge amount of time. So we will discuss only very limited and few predefined functions, those who are very common and generic, and we use it on a regular basis.